date nights.
Again.
I'm
Real
Elise
quick.
Willems.
Oh, I'm Ian Hink.
I'm Kyle Bosman.
I'm Don Casanova.
That's Don Casanova. Real quick, as we begin, there was a little confusion in the comments of last week's episode specifically. This is not a serious show. This is not a show where we take things seriously.
No, it's a very serious show.
We take things fast and loose.
No,
this
I have
is
an
not
outline.
News.
There's
she
an
has an outline
here on this piece of
but we
paper.
don't care about the news. We don't care about integrity. We don't care
a lot
about
of news
journalism.
happened this week.
We don't care about anything. So if that's not what you're in for,
I care about lots of things in my life.
really?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Health. My
Health?
dog, his health.
You care a lot about your dog.
We could have guessed Benson was going to be in the top 3
Benson,
for
yeah.
sure.
James.
Okay.
Right.
I
Bronze
care about
medal.
you guys.
Huh?
Care about you guys.
We're not even
That's
on
nice.
the podium.
My career.
Wow, coming in 5th.
Don, do you ever
Just
click
like a woman.
Do you ever click and try the motion for typing?
Oh yeah, by the way,
Yeah, I
Don
do.
is currently...
Oh, look, it works pretty good all the way from here. Wow.
Yeah.
I've never done it from this distance. I'll tell you
Again,
that.
it's a wireless remote. It
My
can
living
work
room
from
isn't
pretty
this
much
big.
anywhere.
Don's working on his level for Trials
Just go up and
HD.
click awesome.
Don is currently making his
autofill for it.
I gotta
level
move it really slow.
Oh yeah, we should explain that.
in Trials HD Awesome Level Max, which you will be able to play.
You'll be able to play
right
Don's
now.
level that he's working on during this video.
Don't say the name of the level right now because I haven't actually uploaded it, so I don't want someone to steal it.
You should probably stop watching the video and just play the level.
Play Don's level. But wait, this isn't live. We have to tell them the name or they'll never find it.
Oh, that's true. So this will go up tomorrow. Yeah. So
This could
technically, it
potentially
should be
go up
done by
tonight.
tomorrow.
It could go up tonight.
Okay.
This
yeah.
could go up tonight.
Maybe just hold off on saying the title of the level, just in
Okay.
case.
All right, you'll never find his level.
I just wanted to provide some context to people who are watching and wondering what Don's up to.
See, you're on the wrong show. We shouldn't provide context. This
No, Kyle, go ahead.
This website has like boring Bosman shows
Yeah.
where there's information and people actually talk about stuff. And then there's like stuff that I try to do that's just like really disrespectful and pointless to watch and generally very annoying because my
And then
aloof
anything
hipster
I
attitude.
make looks like it was made with crayon.
And then she just does stuff with crayon. And then Don's just trying to make his level.
I want to know what Kyle had to say, though.
He said we want context for what Don is doing. He
Yeah,
already
tell
finished
me what
saying
you were going to say.
He
Oh,
finished
that was
saying what
it,
he was
man.
going to say.
I like watching a show. I like the idea of watching the show, sitting at my computer and like being in this room and seeing Don work on his thing.
And then not being told the
Dude!
name of it.
Ooh,
This
boy.
isn't my level.
Oh, okay. I
And then
like what
I'm
happened
just-
there.
I'm just seeing what's happening in this other.
Oh, man. You,
So,
you
we
guys
should-
would love this.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should get to Elise's rundown. We should get there.
Whoa.
But see,
This is neat.
we're never going to tell him the name of this
This
thing.
is really
So they're never going to be able to play his level. This is what I'm concerned about.
No, so
If they
Don is
go-
making a whole video about
Yeah,
his
Yeah,
level.
he's
Oh,
making a video.
all right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're
It's gonna be
out
on
of
the site.
touch.
I don't care. Wait, is the unicorn always a little wind-up toy?
No, this is someone's level they made.
They customized it. They made their own.
I was just making sure no
Ah.
one took my title, and then I found this, which has a somewhat similar title, but
Back to the
And what
drawing
is
board,
and what is
Don.
that title, Don?
This
Yeah,
might
not
go up
gonna give me
before
that.
this video.
oh look.
Let's go to what's on your schedule.
Well, I mean, all things considered, Don is probably one of the best level designers I know.
Oh, yeah.
A lot like Genyo
The only level
Takeda.
editor you
Do you guys know Genyo Takeda?
I did not until you sent us this article.
He's
Whoa.
currently co-acting director with Shigeru Miyamoto
Right,
after the passing of Iwata.
right. It's those two men together are taking the position of president temporarily.
Yeah.
Right?
So wait, Miyamoto is now president of Nintendo?
They're co-directors.
Yeah.
Co-acting.
Kyle Bosman must be spinning in his
CEOs.
grave.
I don't want to start that conversation.
Do you actually hate Miyamoto, or is this all just a joke?
I definitely play it up. I definitely play it up for the
For your
the humor.
silly shows?
But
Wait,
then
that's with Last of Us.
but then like people don't like it. People get real mad when I start playing it up.
Yeah, I mean, because he's kind of like this beloved icon.
He's a beloved icon,
Yeah.
Bosman.
I know. He's
Starting to
exactly.
think this was a bad idea.
Takeda, not though.
No, but a lot of people don't even know who he is. I did not know.
I don't know who he
was.
is. Who is he?
So you didn't review the.
I didn't review
articles
your
then.
links. I'm not gonna lie.
I gave you an extra 30 minutes to do it.
Yep.
Well, he's currently acting representative director.
I was-
That's the official title that he and Miyamoto both share right now. And he's the general manager of Nintendo's Integrated Research Division. That's his regular title, which he's been doing since 1981.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just a long time to be doing
That's
that.
longer than we've all been alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's been at Nintendo since '72, and Miyamoto credits him with being Nintendo's first game designer.
Yes.
What did he design first?
EVR Race. Miyamoto says the first game Nintendo released.
So it's an arcade game in which you do betting on horse races.
Yeah.
So like
Do you play the horses or do you just bet on them?
no, and what sucks is there's like only like numbers represented, so like you don't even see the horse race. It's just like this horse won, and you're like, oh, I made the best bet. But yeah,
Wow.
that was a game he made. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like a spreadsheet that changes itself, and then you go see if you got it right. Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What is it called? EVO?
EVR Racing.
EVR.
He works mostly on improving
stands
hardware
for.
for consoles and handhelds. He was the guy that developed the backup memory system that enabled The Legend of Zelda to have stored memory. Like The Legend of Zelda's memory
Save
system,
games. Yeah.
save
Save
game
games.
system exists
Yeah.
because of him.
How cool is that?
Was
Like-
that the first game to have save games? Or no?
Well, not because there were PC games ahead of time.
Well, yeah. But I mean on consoles?
I think so, man. I think it's like one
On
of
the
the first.
NES, right? That's
But
Zelda on the NES?
it's a weird one where I forget honestly the actual mechanics of it, but you have to be careful about how you reset it or something like that.
Because it had an onboard battery that could die too, right?
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he developed the battery backup memory.
Yeah, that's cool.
He also helped Punch Out and Star Tropics. And he's kind of been the force at Nintendo that has pushed for game and console quality, well, not console quality necessarily, but just game quality and
I
unique
can read the message,
experience
Don.
over graphical quality. So he's the person that's saying, if we could make a flashier graphics, console that has flashier graphics, that has more depth and defined graphics, but that wouldn't really necessarily do anything for us.
And that makes gamers mad.
And that makes gamers mad. But that's been his whole thing, and he was like one of the lead developers on the Wii.
Yeah.
So that was his big selling point, was like, we're not going to focus on graphics, we're going to focus on like individuality in terms of what this console it will do in its games.
I respect that this person can stay relevant for this long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but he also, I was reading, began to doubt this in the early 2000s. He was like, I don't know if like even if we focused on graphics, it wouldn't make gamers happy. Like there was no ceiling we could hit where people would say, okay, this is good, we're happy.
That's very true. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. We'll
nothing
never
they
be
can
happy
do-
with graphics.
Yeah, nothing
So
they
that-
can
that
do
makes me
will ever
really
make
sad.
Anybody happy.
That he had that really depressing realization.
Yeah.
I
there's-
love that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's aware.
It's true.
I like
right,
it
yeah.
when people have like when you have that stunning moment of clarity and you're just like, oh my god, nothing will ever be worthwhile.
Nothing will ever be the same.
Yeah.
That's what he said, and then he lit a match and he threw it.
Yeah. And then he burned his house down and walked away, and then he was like,
Yeah.
crap, my couch was in there.
So my Wii was in there.
I doubt though that this will last for too long.
The two of them
Yes.
being
Do you think that they'll appoint one of them as the new president or someone else entirely?
Someone else entirely is my guess.
Yeah, that was kind of my
Yeah.
gut too.
I just think that it needs to be to fill the shoes of Iwata. It needs to be someone with longevity at Nintendo and that kind of like iconic status that we'd still see a lot of like character in this person. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I almost think that they need to shake it up with new blood. Not someone new to the company necessarily, but like someone with fresh new ideas.
I mean, which was Iwata, which is crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't an icon when he got hired.
Right.
Coming off of Yamachi too, who was like
Yeah.
super seemed
Tyrant,
kind of like
kinda,
a
like, right?
tyrannical
Yeah.
leader. I don't know too much about him, but Iwata seemed a little bit more on the lighthearted side.
Yeah, and I mean, he was a programmer. Yeah, he was just some guy.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I also respect that with From Software, how like Miyazaki just kind of like rose through
Same
the ranks.
thing, you're right.
And now he's
Oh
in
my
charge.
gosh.
I'm just
Yes.
like, that's how you do it. That's how you
Miyazaki
get
should run
quality.
Nintendo.
That's how you get quality stuff. Dude, that'd be nuts.
That's
Yeah.
what's great about the gaming industry is like it's not too often that you see like the guy that's like picking tomatoes and becomes like the head of this multinational
Runs
agricultural corp.
Monsanto.
Yeah, runs
Yeah.
Monsanto.
Yeah.
But like a developer then can eventually become.
I
the
think
head of
I think that's honestly why I gave Sean Layden a hard time when he first came out.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely with my arms crossed. He was filling in for Jack Trenton, and it's like, all right, who's this guy?
Is
And
he
he's
just a business guy or who is he? What is?
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is
yeah.
his-
But you know, like he definitely like name dropped Vib Ribbon when he first came out. He's just like, I helped make Vib Ribbon, like as that kind of thing, as that kind of like,
Yeah.
wait, I'm
Right,
a
I'm a man of the
legit.
people.
Yeah. But you know, he's no Iwata
And
certainly.
then everyone was like, "What the hell is Vib Ribbon?
Yeah, Vib Ribbon's cool. Vib Ribbon's a really cool game.
What is
But
it?
I
don't
think
even
it
know
might
what
be a trend that we start seeing less and less as these developers that started in the 70s and 80s grow old and retire. I think it will be fewer developers helming these companies as CEOs and more just business people.
Well, it's an interesting thing too, because now we're starting to get into that period where video games have been around long enough that the old guard is going to start to die out. And because film has gone through this a few times, where the early greats are all, dead.
Oh man.
In video games, it's going to start happening now too.
10 or 20 more years.
Not yet. I mean, I'm saying we're getting there because these guys weren't young when they started some of them,
Yeah.
Like in the 80s, they weren't like nowadays an indie games developer will be 20 when their first game hit.
They're 14.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. And
it's really crazy.
And it's just they're going to be doing this until they're 95, and everyone's going to live to be 120.
Yeah.
So it's
and then the singularity is going to happen.
And then the singularity happens, we'll all get sweet robot bodies and live forever.
Yeah.
Upload me.
Although I'm a little concerned about the upload, because if it's a move, I'm in. If it's a copy, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I'm wait
Fuck
till
that,
the last
me.
second. And
They don't get it.
And then just shoot
Yeah.
me into something.
Yeah.
You got to take my brain
All
out
of me.
so that it's a move. You know what I mean? Because if it's just a copy, then that other version of me will be me and have my memories, but it won't be me.
Oh, dude, the prestige.
So it's like an altruistic move, though.
Yeah. You die.
You have to care about future you,
You watch
more
future,
than present you.
You're drowning in a tank watching
Right.
future you move on, and
Right.
the audience cheers for you.
Oh, I thought you meant just the prestige as a word.
Oh no, the movie.
The movie.
Yeah.
So we went
Spoiler alert.
We were at AJ Lucasio's apartment, and he has a very like
It looks like the Haunted Mansion in there.
Creepy?
yeah, it's not
I love it.
creepy, but
No,
it
it's
has a certain
fantastic.
aesthetic to it.
Sure.
It's
cozy
very
as hell.
not even vaudevillian. It's just
It's like the Haunted Mansion.
yeah, it's like the Haunted Mansion.
Straight up.
We were heading
They're
over.
floating candles.
I said to
Cool.
James, I feel like I'm gonna find a door to a basement and just find a bunch of AJ Lucasios with different tanks underwater.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, dude.
but
And then Bowie shows up, and you're like, Bowie, what are you doing here? And he's like, I don't know.
yeah, but I'm gonna be Tesla.
I feel like there's probably guys like Takeda all over Nintendo.
That
Yeah.
we don't know,
You know what I
just don't
mean?
know
You can't
about.
throw a
Yeah.
stick without hitting some beautiful industry veteran at Nintendo.
Right, who's just oh yeah, I created this and this and this. I'm the reason you can save in Zelda is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Some guy just is Link.
But also helped make the Wii. That's crazy to me.
it's ridiculous that Nintendo has this career longevity.
Yeah.
That these guys are there for so long. I wonder if that's a trend too that will start to cease to exist.
It's kind of an interesting thing about Nintendo, because you kind of have to take the good with the bad, right? Because a lot of the things like that is really cool about that company, that people are lifers. They're in it to win it, But then on the flip side of that, they have that strange sort of committee
Super insular
ruling
kind of
system
thing,
where
yeah.
nothing ever gets the decisions aren't being made properly, it seems like.
Sure, because you could say he's probably also the reason the online infrastructure is bad.
Right.
You're right. You could spin that both ways for sure.
So it's kind of an interesting dichotomy where it's hey, we could, or I'm super knowledgeable and I've been doing this forever, but the whole committee has to agree on this.
They all have to turn
and
their
we're all
keys.
we're all super old men who have our ideas, and sometimes it hits and other times it just doesn't. The Wii U just didn't hit. I don't know.
I am really curious to see if there's going to be any kind of backlash against who takes Iwata's.
There'll be months of
They gotta
backlash,
be
no matter who you
careful.
are.
I mean, unless I don't know. I don't think no matter who, because there are those people where you just pick someone and then
Yeah.
everyone's just all right, yeah, that's a worthy successor.
Sure.
It's different enough from Iwata. They're not trying to replace him, you
Yeah.
know. But it seems like what you have to do is pick the person that Iwata would have picked,
Right.
Yeah.
if possible. I think
It might be.
Elise Willems.
I'd be so excited.
Oh my gosh.
That
I'd bring
Nintendo
you
would
in.
be-
It'd be the golden ticket, right?
And you don't speak Japanese at all.
That's how
You're
Nintendo should do it.
hide tickets in the new upcoming Nintendo Land theme parks at Universal Studios or
Man.
whatever,
And you become president.
and you become president of Nintendo after a series of bizarre trials. You have to prove that you're not going to turn into a giant blueberry.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
they make a really hard game, and you think the challenge is to beat the hard game, but the challenge is to have fun and laugh at it.
Right. And then to
Yeah.
prove that you're a good person.
And a child at heart.
Yeah, a
Which
child
I
at
am.
heart.
But then I'd be in the bathroom all the time just calling Kyle. And Kyle, these Pokemons, I just don't know.
Yeah.
That one's Chansey.
These Pokemons, Kai.
It's changing.
No, it's just evolving. That's good.
That's cool. You want it to change? Yeah, Pokemon are
It's
scary.
growing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video games, who knows?
You know what game is completely unlike anything Nintendo This is not a good transition.
People love your transitions.
It was good. It was a good transition until you called attention
It's a game
to it.
unlike anything. Well, it's kind of actually like a little bit like the Luigi's Mansion level from Nintendo Land in one respect, which I'm sure we'll get
you're
to.
right. Good comparison,
This
actually.
tranny be spiraling.
There's this game called The Flock that's coming to PC this fall. And it takes place in the year 3000, where the Earth has become uninhabitable, and a race of skeletal monsters known as the Flock now rule everything. And they have a thing called the Light Artifact that they're using to destroy one another. And so it's 5-on-5 multiplayer matches, and you pick up these light artifacts, and then you transform into humans called the Carriers, and then you... It's kind of convoluted. It's kind of a convoluted story.
So far, I'm not into it.
But basically, the Carriers have to try to shine the light artifact onto other players to hurt them, the Flock, and then you can kind of avoid damage if you like stand completely still in the light.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of not like Luigi's Mansion, because essentially like
You gotta
want to
run if
avoid
the light hits you.
So it's like some kind of strange multiplayer Alan Wake?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but the whole point of the game, more than what it is the fact that there's a limited population in the game itself. So once it's all dead, then like the game's done.
Right, so you got
Wait,
a
done
set
forever?
number of lives. Yeah. And once they exhaust all of those lives, the game will be done.
Can't buy it
You
anymore.
can't buy it anymore.
It's over.
Whoa!
Yeah.
And then there will be like some big story revelation ending to everyone that actually has the game.
Yeah.
Do you have to be in game? Like, let's say I buy the game, play it for a week, and then don't play it, and then the life limit goes out, and then like 6 months later, I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder what happened with that. Can I go in and see the ending?
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure
you can go in while the ending is happening. Yeah.
I think
That's what I'm asking. Is
yeah.
like, is it a timed thing? Do I,
I don't
have
think
to be
so.
there to
I
see
think
it?
you can, if you have it, you can do it. But I might be wrong though.
Yeah.
What a bizarre idea!
It's a really cool idea.
I like it. What do they stand to gain? Nothing.
Basically, I think that if you're a small indie developer that no one's heard of before, I think no one's heard of them before. Basically, like, let's say all you would love 100,000 sales.
Right.
Just set that as your goal.
Yeah.
And like you made a game that has a better chance of selling 100,000 because it's a unique idea.
A lot of people are comparing it to Peter Molyneux.
I was gonna say they're pulling a Molyneux.
Curiosity or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Because they're hyping the
that
ending
cube
so much.
thing?
Yeah, like what's gonna happen?
What was in the middle of
Yeah.
that cube?
It
Oh,
was like you. Oh, sorry.
goddess.
Yeah.
You got.
Oh yeah, you got to be a god
Got to
in
be
his
God's
Yeah.
goddess.
But then he like took that away from the dude.
It just hasn't happened yet. He said it still might happen.
still might. Okay.
The thing is, Molyneux pitched it as like this is gonna change
Change your life. Revolutionary.
Pack your bags.
Yeah. Yeah. Your
You're on the
bags.
Peter Molyneux train.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're on the Life Change Express.
It's really sad.
You're
I
in
feel
my
so
new
bad
weird
about that
game.
situation. Because like the
like-
guy's not even that affected anymore. He just thought he really won something big and he didn't, and that
Yeah.
sucks for him. But like that whole company is just ruined.
It's gonna be like me when I get my Nintendo ticket,
Yeah.
my golden ticket, and then I'm like,
You show
this
up and
is
you're
it.
like, wait, they don't respect me at all.
No.
I don't speak Japanese.
I'm not bowing low enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a woman.
Oh man, the day that guy spent at 22 Cans is so sad. Like they barely talked to him.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know
And-
the full story?
So wait,
You
you
can-
went to the office?
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
they-
why is it called 22 cans?
There's a total reason. I think because there was 22 original employees. Not positive though.
But they fired them all, so they got cans.
He just described like he went there and they like showed him some things and just kind of like, okay, now go play the game. And he's like, oh, okay. So he's like playing Goddess, and then they all went to a pub afterward, and like nobody talked to him at the pub. And like this was him
Wow.
like going there for a day, and then they said, okay, when the multiplayer is ready, you get to be god of the multiplayer mode of this game, and that still hasn't happened yet. There's no multiplayer mode.
At least he didn't. Well, I guess he technically paid. No, the game was free. The game was
Which
free, right?
cube?
Curiosity was
But
free.
you could buy
Yes.
like pickaxes or something.
Yeah,
he
to,
probably
to make it go
You
faster.
could get,
Yeah.
to hit more cubes.
and
Which is
eventually like bombs. You could buy
ridiculous.
bombs that would like clear a bunch of cubes at
I
once.
wonder if he actually spent any money on the game.
I do wonder that. I think it wasn't too much.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Um,
Molyneux.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, flock.
Flock sounds like a really cool idea to me.
So wait, I wonder the
flock.
number 100,000 seems too low. I think.
Okay.
Let me look this game up and see if we can get any more info about it.
Let's get some info. Let's get a little info.
Because I feel like if this is your first indie game, 100,000 is awesome. I think you're totally happy with that.
Is it based on sales or is it like
No, it's
how
not based
many
on sales.
people
is the
kill in the
problem.
game?
Yeah.
Right. So you don't want it. You got to set it high enough that because like if it's 100,000, people get curious enough.
Yeah.
You know, you got to figure depending on the rate of murder in the game, like every person kills 1,000 dudes.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen right away.
And they haven't
You
determined.
don't want it to be that fast.
So you can like sign up for the alpha now, and that's what the math they're probably doing right now is trying to figure
Yeah,
out
how
how many
many.
deaths a certain amount of people can rack up in a certain amount of time. Because they haven't announced the number of lives yet.
No, it's from indie developer. They're Dutch. They're called Vogelsap.
Vogelsop.
Vogelsap. But it was a university project that got out of hand.
Nice.
Apparently.
That's a really good.
I like
man,
the way to. I, like
I love that kind of
description.
humor. I love that kind of thing.
Got out of hand.
I picture it's
We're
like
in too deep.
you're working on it late one night on your computer, and then you go to bed, and then you start falling asleep, and then you see your monitor
Turn
just
itself
turn
back
itself
on.
Come back to me.
And then
Yeah.
weird science starts
Yeah.
playing, and you're like, Danny Elfman, how'd you get in here?
And he's like, I live in your bedroom. I'm Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the game, and you're like, wow, this got out of hand. But it only like added like a couple new characters or like a new mode or something.
Don's adding some really weird stuff to his level.
Secret messages?
Yeah, you're adding secret messages now, Don?
Yeah, there's these ancient cat shamans that are hidden throughout the level, and if you find them, I was trying to add some kind of reward. So this is the way you can get a little
Little
bit of
jumbles.
the backstory of what's happening with your little word jumbles they make appear.
Don't say it out loud. I can see you trying to puzzle it out.
They're like little like 8-bit cats, right? I'm like,
Yeah, you guys got to see it to believe it.
Okay.
trust us. Ian, are you doing a Talos Principle DLC review?
Well, you just broke embargo, but yes.
When is it? Well, when does it come out?
I'm not sure. 23rd, I think.
Well, I didn't know that you had the game.
Oh, I don't.
He'll be reviewing that when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Road to Gehenna.
How many reviews have you done?
Gehenna?
How many
Uh,
reviews
just
have you
the
read?
just the one.
Oh, okay.
Talos Principle was my first review.
But Blood was impressed enough where he said, you should do more of these.
He gave me the info about the DLC, and then I was like, am I doing a review on this? What's the deal?
Mm-hmm.
And then no one said anything, so now I'm just moving forward with that
Oh, okay.
idea
All right.
in my mind. As I
Yeah,
picture
well-
it in my mind.
I mean, because you don't usually do like pieces for the website, because you edit mostly.
Yeah. I don't generally write things. Yeah. I prefer to just kind of go for it.
Kyle, what are you working on?
I might do a video about Riptide GP2.
What?
Yeah, it's like a $7. It's not like a $7. It's a $7 PSN game.
It's like $7.
Trying to remove like from my
$9.99.
vernacular.
Me
Trying to
too.
get
Dude, we
it
live
out
in
of here.
California.
Tough.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, trying to get rid of that.
Are people still freaking out about that every time I appear on a video?
no
I say
Probably.
like
No,
all the
they're getting
time.
used
I
to
haven't
it.
seen it in a while.
Yeah.
I'm just a valley girl, guys. Chill.
But what's the angle with this video?
Yeah. What's this
Kyle?
game? What are you talking about?
Oh, exactly. It's that. It's a game that
Is it a new game?
I bought on a whim. It's relatively new, but I think it's been on like iPad for ages.
You have an iPad, Bosman?
No. No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
Oh heavens, no.
Oh heavens!
no, no, no,
No, no, no.
Not these fingers.
Not like these.
Yeah, it's about that. It's about finding an obscure game on the PlayStation Store just from browsing and giving it a shot and liking it and platinuming it.
I knew how hairy you were, but I never noticed how many moles you have.
I'm a very hairy, moly person.
You got a lot of moles, like everywhere.
I'm undesirable.
Are these freckles or moles up here?
They're all moles.
Man, what's
I think
your
you're
deal?
desirable. Who? His deal?
Knock him down. He's sick already.
I'm not trying to knock him down. I'm just calling him as I see him. This is a hairy, moly individual. I think Bosman. I don't know why you have such
I think
poor
you're a
luck.
good-looking guy.
Yeah,
Kyle.
I don't know why you have such poor luck with the ladies, Bosman. I think you're not trying is the thing.
It's well, you get your low self-esteem. That's undesirable.
You got low self-esteem.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of self-esteem, but
where does that come from?
I don't get women either. I don't know. I can't have low self-esteem. Like I get knocked down. Like bad things will happen to me.
Yeah.
And I'll be down for like 6 hours.
Oh yeah, and then he
And then
grabs your arm.
And then it just bounces right back up.
He grabs your arm and then he pulls you down with him.
Oh God, I am gonna drag everybody down with me for that 6 hours. If I'm sad, everyone must be sad, and then I just come right back up.
Well, hey Kyle, how about this? If you're a single lady out there, tweet at Ian Hank.
This is a bad idea.
Tweet at us.
Ian Hank.
Both of us.
And then tweet at Ian Hank. And then Ian, he'll like get to know you, think maybe
He's screening.
Yeah, I'll screen you, and then we'll end up together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you might have a friend that we can throw at Bosman.
Cool.
And
we shouldn't.
No, absolutely don't do that.
Don't do that.
Absolutely
Don't do it. If you do that, in fact, I will assume you're insane and will not respond. Because that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Perhaps you feel this way too. I'm afraid of most people. Like, not afraid, but I don't. I find that most people are probably out of their damn minds.
Most people are.
Because the people I meet, I'm like, wow, you're on the edge.
I establish relationships with very little inhibition. I get in too fast more than I should most interactions.
Sometimes that happens where someone like goes whole hog friendship wise, and then you're like, oh, slow down.
Yeah, that's me.
I don't think that's you. I don't think you do that. It took us a while. It wasn't until we both made references to the Royal Tenenbaums.
I said something for the Royal Tenenbaums, and then
I said, if I recall correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. I said something about like what this book presupposes is, and then you went, maybe he didn't.
Maybe he didn't.
Like you finished the
and then
quote.
you said, "Can we be friends?"
And then I was like, "Can we be friends?" This is the first time we met.
That's a cool story. That's a cool.
Of course, at that point, I wanted to marry you, and then I found out you were already married.
Double marriage.
Double marriage. I could be
Can it be
James and
done?
I could be your sister wives. Yeah. And then I found out about James, and I was like, "Fuck this guy." And then I met him, and I was like, "Oh wait, he's way better than Elise."
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
And then I was like, "Oh, bonus friend."
Though Omar said that he married up, which I thought was really nice.
Omar did say that he married up. Yeah,
I don't know.
James is a good old boy. He's from what I guess qualifies technically as the South.
Where's he from?
He's still playing Destiny.
He's still playing Destiny. North Carolina?
Yeah.
That just means he appreciates his friends.
I pop into Destiny from
No, he
time to
plays
time.
it alone, Kyle.
Inexplicably. He does play it alone.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Look of sheer.
And that's coming. Consider the source too. Oh, no. My God, that's real grievous.
I don't know what to think about that.
Well, I was telling Ben.
I play 14 alone though.
Okay.
I was telling Ben I finally got Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Yeah.
And I was really bummed because like he was playing Destiny, and I was like,
And you were like,
gonna
please.
play this on my little screen. Captain Toad is enchanting.
Enchanted.
Yeah.
Charming.
I really
Very
like
charming.
Captain Toad.
It's a good puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's an adventure game.
It's a puzzle adventure game.
You don't
like
put
clearly.
a fucking headlamp on to solve puzzles.
Huh?
You can click your lamp on and off.
I'm just trying to razz Bosman. I don't
Yeah,
care
I
about this
know.
game.
I still
Cal's principle,
I
though.
haven't cracked Don's code, and that's really killing me.
I don't think
Ooh.
it's finished yet. Dude.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God.
Man.
We'll bleep that out. We'll bleep that part
We got
out.
a
No, we
lot
won't.
to
All that hard work. Now I gotta change the message.
I said earlier, don't say it out loud.
Oh, I know, but it was killing me.
Oh man.
Oh,
Don.
man.
He didn't
God.
even want to be here.
Yeah, we forced Don into this, and now we ruined his thing. I'll bleep him if you really want me to.
Yeah,
Don.
we should. It
Yes,
makes
please.
it. I think
It
we
makes
should.
it cooler,
It makes
yeah.
it way cooler. Yeah.
I'm going to see Ant-Man tonight.
Is
Me
that
too.
out?
Yeah, absolutely.
You going, Bossy?
Yeah.
I'm going to dinner with someone that chats me on Twitter all the time.
Hey, that's cool.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, you were just talking about how afraid you are.
I
of
know.
strangers.
I'm like, if you're watching this, I'm nervous about it because this whole thing is very weird to me.
Don't call me because I'm not leaving Ant-Man.
You gotta leave Ant-Man.
Don't call me with no emergency calls while I'm watching Ant-Man.
I'll be like, Paul Rudd can wait. I didn't even know Ant-Man was coming out
Yeah, man.
today. I mean, I knew it was coming out eventually. But today?
Yeah.
Of all days? You know what else came out today? Tame Impala's new album, which I really like. Especially the first track. The album is called Currents. I'd never heard of them before.
Elise is not into that.
I know Tame Impala.
Elise, before we go, I do want to know
But before we go,
why
we're
you
not
picked
done yet.
those two particular stories.
Um,
Like, what was your take on them? You
I
said,
thought that
man, this
maybe,
is juicy.
I thought
What was
maybe
the
they
second
wouldn't
story?
be on GT time.
Yeah. Oh, is that how you pick stories? I feel bad if that's
No,
the case.
no, I mean, no, I just...
We just take your crumbs, man.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Crumbs.
Just like
Talk about what you wanna
GameTrailers
talk
takes
about.
Like the
IGN
IGN
crumbs.
Yeah.
I pitched a show called IGN Crumbs, where we
Yeah.
just go through IGN's trash.
Yeah.
And try to get...
And then we take...
Like the exclusives they turned down.
Yeah,
we're
our
yeah.
source at IGN
Yeah.
has told us that...
And I also, I don't know, I just thought that it was... Nobody's really mentioning...
what shoe size you got?
People are sort of talking about
11.
who might be replacing
Or 10.
Iwata, but it's kind of too soon. It's a sensitive subject.
Yeah. I'm not ready to talk about that.
I'm not really ready to either, but I feel like in the
I'm
world
ready.
in the world of business, it is something that like people's jobs still are at stake, and you have to replace him.
Oh, because it's a huge business.
a huge
Nintendo's a
business.
huge. It's easy to forget that it's a huge company.
What I hope
Like one of
doesn't
Japan's
happen
biggest.
is like... The worst thing to happen would be like to replace him with someone like super business minded that's like evil.
But
That
could-
would lay off people.
that could be a push from investors that are like,
Right.
we want to see profits. We want
Investors,
someone that has
They're
track
so
record.
the
stupid.
markets operate entirely on fear, and like the fact that shareholders make so many decisions that companies listen to is not a good thing most times.
When Iwata was at HAL, he like turned that company around because they were.
At what?
He was at HAL.
HAL Laboratories.
What do they do?
That was-
Besides kill Dave.
So that's the thing is they based it off of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, what? How did you just pick up a movie reference?
Dave.
Who are you?
I think everybody knows
Isn't
HAL.
his name Davey?
2001: A
Dave.
Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Wow.
knows that. You don't have to see the movie to know that.
Have you seen
I can't do
2001:
that,
Space
Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
Have you seen it?
he reads their
He reads
lips
their
in the
lips.
shower. Yeah, I've
Uh-huh.
never seen it. So like it's weird.
What do you do with your free time?
In this society, you pick up things from
Yeah,
movies.
that's true.
And that like makes me disinterested in finally seeing the movie. Like I know the ending. I know just
Yeah.
like it's beautiful. He's like seeing lights go by his face.
That's not the ending.
It's like Rosebud.
Really? That's not the ending?
No, the ending is much weirder.
Okay, cool. Wait, it's a baby.
Yeah, Space
Yeah.
Baby.
All right,
Giant
yeah. If
Space
Simpsons references it, it's like I've seen
Yeah.
it.
But anyway, like
Dude, the story is really apparently like because all the lights part is like when he's like transporting through space or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In the book,
It's much clearer what that is.
it's a little clearer. It's like clearly a like. Sorry to cut you off. It's like a space travel system, and he like sees, like basically a Grand Central Station full of aliens. I think.
Whoa.
Basically, they lifted that wholesale and put it in Men in Black. If I haven't read the short story, but like from what I understand, that happens, and I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
but we're talking about HAL Labs. What, it was 5 guys.
What do they do?
5 young
Burgers?
guys.
The 5 guys from HAL Laboratories went on to make Five
burgers.
Guys burgers.
Yeah, Five Guys.
Yeah. And Iwata said, I'm out, and some other guy who loves burgers came in.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn.
Yeah. I love that. I love that they just graduated
I
and they're
like
like,
that video,
hey,
too.
we like computer games. We believe in computer games. Why don't we just make a company
Oh yeah,
that
and then
makes...
didn't his dad like disown him for
Yeah.
6 months or something? because of
Yeah.
that?
Didn't want to talk
Iwata's
to him.
dad?
Yeah. Iwata's dad was like, this computer games business is foolishness.
Yeah, you idiot. There's so many good companies you could go work for right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
But instead he like started something and then now he's
I-
like super.
I hope
well,
there
now
was
he's
like
dead,
a
but-
moment between them later where like he told Iwata that he actually like brought a lot of honor to their family. And
I hope.
Yeah. Iwata knows. No, he knows.
You
he
know.
knew.
You know.
He knew.
Anyway, but Iwata turned. I guess they were having issues, and then he turned them around.
Really?
Yeah.
At what time?
Financial troubles.
At what
I think
phase?
I think in the early '90s. I want to say.
Okay.
Don't quote me.
Man, a
on
lot of
that.
crazy shit happened in the early 90s.
Yeah, if we can only go back.
I wouldn't.
John,
do it.
You should make a '90s themed Trials level.
My next track will be on Pluto, set in the 90s.
Dude.
Is that real?
What
Yeah.
Pluto looked
I,
like.
Now that
I
we've
just added
seen-
the 90s thing. I knew I wanted to do Pluto next, but
Did they just add the. Oh, yeah. Dude, have you seen those images of Pluto?
Yeah.
So cool. So
And now Pluto's
Pluto.
like, oh, you're all.
Yeah,
you like
now you all
Pluto
love
again.
Pluto.
This stuff bums me out, to be honest, where it's like NASA just feels like it has to have projects to get funding.
Dude, we should be giving NASA so much more money. I can't, like, we're
Yeah.
failing. The human race is over.
Right, but NASA's succeeding in that it got people to talk about Pluto this week. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, it's like,
it was
good.
awesome.
Good job, you did
I
it.
was so jazzed to look at those pictures.
But that's what they have to do. Is just like they
Also,
got to use Twitter
The thing
to
about
succeed.
the thing about NASA that blows my mind is like they launched that mission however long ago, and the technology that they have has to be good enough
Yep.
that it like would still be viable by the time it got there. You know what I mean?
Backwards compatible to what we're working with now.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy to me. If I could go back in time, I would tell them to put a tissue valve in my mom instead of a metal one first.
Whoa.
That's what I would do.
You made some leaps there.
I was just saying, if you could go back to the 90s, and I was like, I wouldn't. But then I was like, it'd be worth suffering through that hell just to, have a mom.
I wish you had a mom too.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Well, I did. She was great for a long time. But then she died. I don't know what else I would change if I went back.
The thing is, you can't go back.
No,
and
you
change
can't
a
change
thing.
it. I was thinking about that the other day, like,
Yeah.
because I'm listening to Devil in the White City.
Oh, I read that.
Yeah, my mom always wanted me to read it, but I never did. But now I started because I got sick of the King Killer series.
He just got laid by a fairy.
Thanks, spoiler, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah. Whoa.
I'm not gonna finish it.
Well, now I won't.
And there's people watching still.
Because you know about a time when he lost his virginity.
Yeah, to a fairy. That's awesome. You just ruined that entire series for me.
I'm trying to get you back into it.
Well, you knew that sex would be the way,
Exactly.
but yeah, but
You're
it backfired
welcome.
in this case. But anyway, I was thinking about the Titanic, and I was like, what if someone went back in time? I was thinking about a story or like a movie or something where it's somebody's job, like a future agency. It's their job to go back and like prevent all catastrophes, just as like as an experiment to see what would happen to the human race. Because like everybody says, like we need the hardships and the disasters to like shape us and make us better. So I was thinking, like, what would happen? What would the ramifications be if like there was a person going back in time and like stopped the Titanic from sinking, like gets rid of Hitler before anything bad happened, like all that stuff, like stops 9/11, like so like nothing bad ever happens on a large scale. I wonder what the human race would be like, if we'd be like way ahead technologically, or if we'd be like so riddled with hubris or something that like it would be a disaster.
Yeah.
I wonder.
The thing is, though, like even if you do those things, it's still the prestige. You're watching someone else live that life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's not you. You don't get
Well,
to
like,
have
yeah,
that.
imagine that person who knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the person doing all the time changing. There's actually a game called Chrononauts. It's a card game. It's actually really sweet. It's kind of like that.
What
You
is
have to-
Chrononauts?
It's cool. There's it's a card game, but the board is made up of, I don't know, like 36 cards or something, and it's the timeline. And it starts in like 1900 and goes to the 99, I think, 99.
So hold on, you place the cards as the timeline.
Yeah, it's the same,
Okay.
But then there are ripple points and linchpins where like some cards, we all have identities, right?
Sure.
And we're all chrononauts from this like agency in the future that has time travel. And the cool thing is you can go back and like patch events with like a different event. Like you
What
can
are the
stop the Titanic.
ramifications, though?
Right, but then if you do that, it ripples to other cards and changes up future events. And so the whole thing is, one of the ways to win is just collecting certain artifacts and taking them back to the future. But the other way to win is by making the timeline your timeline. So by basically going home. So like your character is from a reality where the Titanic didn't sink and JFK wasn't murdered.
Okay.
So you have to make the timeline reflect that, and then you win because
Whoa.
you've gone home.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you fixed the timeline from your perspective.
Yeah.
But like my timeline, JFK died, but like the Nazis won World War II, and now like World War III happened, and cockroach people rule the planet. And I'm just trying to get back to that,
Yeah.
To your
like
cockroach wife.
to my cockroach wife.
It's a flawed premise, but I love the actual game of it.
It's a
done
flawed
like that.
premise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
my
love
cockroach
jokes.
wife.
I think that's cool.
You're like, I love you too, honey.
Yeah.
I love that. I love because like the
It's a
actual
great
like,
game.
idea is really
a fun
cool.
game.
Yeah.
It makes more sense in the game. It doesn't seem that flawed to me, but
No, just the idea that you can fix fix a timeline and get back to where you came from is stupid. You can't.
I mean, you could.
You can't. No.
Why not?
There's another you already there. You have to kill yourself, the one that's there.
I guess it depends on your it depends
Yeah,
on
you
how,
have
your
to kill
theory of
yourself.
it
Yeah.
depends on your theory. If you're using primer time travel theory, which is also I think the time crimes time travel theory, or if you're using like Back to the Future theory, where like you just replace yourself when you get there, kind of.
I use Legend of Zelda theory.
Oh. Are there multiple links at one point?
No, actually, so I don't.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
You use the like.
They use kind of a magical time travel, which to me can also make sense. Like he travels because he disappears from that one timeline. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
He disappears from the time he went to, but doesn't. That mind goes into the mind of the one. Gosh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. That young Link, like dies, and another young Link takes his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's weird.
So, but you're saying, like, in the Chrononauts universe, I go back and fix my timeline, but then the me that still exists in that timeline never had cause to go back, so they're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually operate by that primer time.
I mean, that makes the most sense. So, I mean, you just got to murder the other you.
You got to murder the other you. That should be like the end game.
What I would do is I would just be like, all right, things are back to normal.
Oh, you're killing yourself?
No.
Oh.
Fuck no, I would never kill myself. That's no.
All right.
I would go and just live a whole other life.
Oh, so you assume a new identity.
I'd get a new identity and just go and be somewhere else.
Me and Bizarro at least would Rochambeau for it.
Well, you can never be near each other though, because you might like tear a hole in reality or something. I wonder if that would happen. I don't think it would.
No, that's a weak rule.
I don't
That's a
think
weak time
paradoxes
travel rule.
would work like that.
No.
Because I think that two things. I wonder though. Like, would two things that are effectively the same thing at the same time cause some kind of quantum?
They're not the same thing though. Like the
right,
moment
one is the future it.
Yeah, the moment you like take a breath,
So like
one's more deteriorated.
you could just tap them together; it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Don, what do you think?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last couple things you were saying.
No problem.
Just what kind of time travel do you believe in?
Do I believe in or wish for?
Believe in.
Oh.
And then wish for.
I mean, I don't really, for humans,
Yeah.
I don't really believe in time travel.
What about for
I just
non-humans?
wish for it. Well, who knows?
What, a bunch of muskrats like traveling through time in your existence?
Wait,
What's going
Matt,
on?
save the king.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ferrets, however.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have like a vision of Don at his cabin, and like suddenly some kind of like beaver with like weird like cybernetic enhancements shows up and is like, Don, we need you. Save us.
Time to come home.
Time to come home.
All right, give me a minute.
Don is like a cybernetic badger
We
person.
just finish this track so that people can play it, and I'll return home.
Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, I think we should all return home.
Yeah. Like
Thanks.
E.T.
Thanks for tuning in.
I just realized that I used time travel in Final Bosman by the Final Bosman rules, by Bosman rules of time travel.
What's the Bosman rule?
Yeah, what happens in Final Bosman where you
Future self came back, and there are two Kyles. He attempted to kill the Kyle of the present day, didn't succeed, but then went on to, like you said, just live a different life.
Oh, in Man-Ups when we had the satellite call from Future Us, when we sent you into the future, and then you died because the air wasn't breathable?
Yeah.
Because of your baby little asshole lungs?
Right.
Yeah.
No, that was predictive. You predicted something there.
Yeah. But I mean, we were fine.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah,
we live
yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Evil never dies.
Evil never dies.
So Mandatory Update Universe has weak time travel, I gotta say.
Why? You went forward, and you died.
Okay. Yeah.
And we're just still there.
Yeah.
It's linear.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
completely linear. You just have a gap in your timeline, and then you die in the future.
Cool. I'm okay with that. You're right.
Yeah, that's all that happened.
All right.
It means it's airtight. We just don't age.
Yeah, that was a fun bit. We should end this with that bit. You should end this video with that bit again.
Which episode was that in?
Oh, that was an early
I'll
one, I
look
feel
it
like.
up.
All right. Have fun with that.
Good night.
Bye.
Sleep tight.
Don't let them.
Turtle Doves!
A glitch in Super Smash Bros. Has led to Nintendo banning certain players for 136 years. And, unexpectedly, it happened to one of our own, Kyle Bosman. Kyle was so distraught about the whole thing, we decided to help him out. Using Keeley-patented IMAX time travel technology, we have sent Kyle 136 years into the future to when his ban will be lifted so he can finally play Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS once more. We now go to Kyle live via satellite from the future. Kyle?
Hey, Ian, how's it going?
What's wrong?
The future is made me very sick.
How?
So the way I understand it, the Earth air is basically poison now, and anyone who still lives here spent years adapting to it and building immunities.
What do you mean, anyone who still lives here?
Well, all the good people got sent to Jupiter.
Oh, I thought there was a chance we might get to see future us there, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're still here. Guys, come on over.
Hey!
Hey, I know those sexy sons of bitches.
Hey, future us!
Hey, past us!
I look amazing. Did I find some kind of like anti-aging secret? And if so, why didn't I share any with you? Hey, Futurian, you look great. That tie makes your eyes sparkle.
What tie?
Oh, I guess we should explain. I'm Elise.
I'm Ian.
Yeah, we body swapped.
You what?
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it at first. This thing sweats a lot and I keep finding crumbs everywhere. But I've got these, though I'm looking to upgrade to a B cup.
Yeah, it can get awkward. I never know what to do with my penis.
That's your problem now.
Ugh.
Wait, how did this happen? How do you body swap? It was a time right after the ant wars. God, those ants were so pushy.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the brave hero Magavenslorp stood up and fought back against the mighty swarm.
All hail Magavenslorp, the once and future king. We showed them so many dead, though. So many dead. Including the brave hero Magavenslorp.
All hail Magavenslorp, the once and future king. Anyway, so I'm on top of this one ant and I'm holding my electro blade like this.
This isn't working.
Kyle, we're trying to have a conversation here.
I don't understand. Smash Bros. is not working. That thing's region locked, man. The United States doesn't exist anymore. We live in Comcast now.
Comcast? Are you kidding me?
Tell me about it. When the coup happened, I decided to get a Wi-Fi transmitter implanted in my anus since Comcast is already fucking me in the ass anyway.
What's your problem? Where's future Kyle?
Don't you get it? You're going to die today, you idiot.
What?
All right, Kyle, you have fun. Thanks for the report. Ian and Elise, we'll see you sexy kids later.
Bye! Serves him right for that couch thing. Bye!
Like your intestines can get inflamed. So it might seem like you
after the video to watch my new track. In a couple hours it's posting up. Be there.